Alright, so this is how we're catching the parrotfish here. We're just using little balls of bread like this, throwing them on the hook. Sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't. It helps to wet your hands a little bit when you're rolling the bread to try and get it to stick on the hook a little bit better. And then we have, this is 17-pound fluorocarbon leader that I'm using, little barrel swivel, weight, and then we have 17-pound fluoro as our main line as well. And there's a bunch of parrotfish that are swirling down beneath us here, so we're just going to slowly, steadily drop this down. I think my bait is still on there, which is good. And usually it doesn't take too long to either your bait is stolen or you have a parrotfish on. In this case, my bait was stolen. Alright guys, we've been using bread off the dock here. I didn't have the cameras rolling because it seemed so far-fetched that this would work at one point. But I finally just got my first parrotfish of the trip. A nice blue parrotfish. Look at the beautiful colors on that guy. We're going to take a shot and then we're going to release him. Alright guys, got the blue, there he is. Pretty little guy. We're going to release him over here so he doesn't spook the other fish. There is still some rainbow parrotfish over there that we were looking to grab. Whew. That was a big one for me. Really wanted a parrotfish this trip, and that was the first one we got. Alright, this one's a bit nicer, guys. Got a little bit purple color there on the fins. Absolutely gorgeous fish. Alright, still trying to get one of those rainbow ones now, but the blue ones are pretty quick. Alright guys, finally got one of these beautiful rainbow parrotfish. This is a small one that I was able to flip up on the dock here. Very pretty fish. We're gonna take a shot of this guy, then we're gonna let him go. We're gonna keep a tight grasp on him because he shook the hook. Alright guys, beautiful little parrotfish here. This is a rainbow parrotfish, our second species of parrotfish of the day. We're just gonna go ahead and drop him back in over here. He is good to go. Alright guys, I missed the fight. I just got this real nice parrotfish here. This is a big old rainbow parrotfish. Pretty fella. Look at that beauty there. That is a gorgeous fish. We're gonna need the pliers for this guy. Quite the fight on that parrotfish. I missed it because I was trying to avoid it going around the pilings there. I had to have my dad net it so it didn't flip the line off. I can't even talk right now. That was a beautiful fish. Release it back in the water okay. That hook will just rust out of it. Trying to get it out would end up killing the fish, so it's better to get it back in the water safely than risk harming the fish further. But that's gonna do it for me today. I'm almost out of bread now and out of patience, so glad I was able to get those couple parrotfish. All right guys, I am back at the dock of the rental home. Tide is lowering right now. It's not completely lowered, but I just found a sculpin like fish sitting on this rock down here. I'm gonna try and catch him. I have a size 8 hook and a piece of squid on, and I'm gonna try not to spook him. Whether we'll succeed by not spooking him, I don't know. But I'm gonna try and get this bait close enough to him that he'll go for it. Stupid grunt. Not what I wanted. This is a white grunt. He's bleeding quite a bit. This might end up being cut bait.
Yeah, can I order a couple starters to go, please?
Well, of course, in fashion, I end up causing that whatever type of fish that was. It was kind of looked like a sculpin or a sculpin-esque to be spooked. And switched to cut bait to try and entice it, but it was gone before I could get the chance to really put a good bait in front of its face. So now we were just tossing the cut bait around the rocks here, hoping for something different to show up on the cut bait. We haven't used cut bait really at all this week except for catching that nurse shark, so maybe something else will show up. Fish on, guys. Let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh, it's a white grunt. This particular white grunt is a cannibal because the piece of cut bait I'm using is also white grunt. So he's been eating his own kind down there. He took it too. He swallowed the thing. Stupid grunt. Back in the water he goes. Here you go, guys. We got a fish on here. This is going to be a Bluestriped Grunt. Pretty decent sized one. Pretty colors on that guy. We'll take a shot of this guy and let him go. Here you guys, got a fish on, and it is a nice little Yellowtail Snapper. Pretty little fella. Got him on the cut bait. These ones really like to spine me, so we got to be careful with these guys. I already got a few times trying to hook these guys. There he is, little Yellowtail Snapper unhooked, and off he goes on the cut bait. All right, guys, fishing with Brett off the dock. First one of these I've got. This is either a Bermuda chub or a yellow sea chub. We're gonna take a shot and release this guy. All right, guys, we got ourselves a chum bag in the water down here. Right down in there, we got a chum bag right where all that seaweed's at. Right beneath that grass, there is a school of hungry fish, including some snapper. So we got on a size 4 hook with a bigger chunk of shrimp, a little bit of a leader, and then we got a little eggs weight there. We're just going to drop this down around our chum bag, and we're going to try and catch some snapper as well as whatever else comes up. Already got a couple Schoolmaster Snapper on the board, so hopefully they stay hungry. There's a fish. Oh, he popped off. Dang, it took my hook. That was a good one too. Alright, we got our shrimp re-rigged up here. Now we're going to walk over back to our chum slick, and we're going to drop this shrimp down there, and hopefully it doesn't take long before it gets crushed by a hungry snapper. Something's already running with it. It is a Yellowtail Snapper. There we go. Pretty little fella. He's gonna spine me, I just know it. Their back fins are very sharp. There we go. Hook is out. Pretty Yellowtail Snapper. Back in the water he goes. Here you guys, another fish on. Nice Mangrove Snapper. My first one of the trip. Surprisingly, have not caught a Mangrove Snapper until now. Pretty little guy. We're gonna go ahead and take a shot and release this guy. Alright. Got our little Mangrove Snapper unhooked here. Pretty nice one. We're gonna go ahead and flop him back in the water here. He's good to go. Alright, drop number 3, here we go. There's one. A little yellowtail. We'll take it. Pretty little guy. Alright, going for another drop down. So far it's been pretty easy pickings. Lots of hungry snapper around. There's another yellowtail. fish are very pretty. Not big enough to keep, but very pretty fish. They do have sharper spines than the other snapper species that I've caught. There he is. Ferocious little fellas. We did leave our shrimp alone though, so we can go for another drop. It's too easy. Just more and more snapper. I would like another mangrove. Those are much better size than these ones, the ones that are down there. There's another mangrove, guys. Chunky little fella. Eating all that chum down there. Oh, there he's spinning out all over me. Let's get a hooking on this guy. Let's go ahead and release him. All right, Mr. Mangrove. I need a bigger one yet. Got a hefty piece of shrimp on there. Oh, I just got fleeced. Leader's still good though. Another mangrove on, guys. Let's flip them up. Wasn't catching any mangroves on all trip. All of a sudden we got mangroves all over the place now with the chum bags in there. Got them hooked right through the nose. Nice easy unhooking. He's good to go. Still got some big ones down there I haven't caught yet. Here guys, another species of snapper on. This is a Schoolmaster Snapper here. Not a bad one. Pretty little guy. We're gonna go ahead and take a shot and we're gonna release this fella. Here you go guys, nice mangrove snapper here. That's what we're looking for. You said 10 inches, Mom? For mangrove? That one might be 10. Nice mangrove snapper there. Gonna go ahead and release this guy. Decent one right here, guys. Let's flip them up. That one's bigger than 10. Nice mangrove right here. Probably one of my bigger ones. We'll go ahead and take a shot of this guy before we get him off the hook. This is not the intended target here. This is a white grunt. It was in the chum slick. Not what we're after. White grunt. We want big mangrove snapper. We don't want grunt. There he is. One more look at him. And back in the water he goes. Yet another species there, but the wrong species. This is a sailor's choice grunt. We are after snapper, not sailor's choice grunt. Back in the water he goes. Let's see what we got here. Oof, another white grunt. Boo. Wonder if we exhausted all the snappers. It has been over an hour and a half or so since that chum bag was put in. So we probably caught all the good stuff off it already. There we go, that's back along the lines of what we were looking for. That's a tiny mangrove snapper. We're looking for ones bigger than this, but we'll take it. Just a little mang. Ugh. Yet another white grunt. Thankfully they're decent sized ones, but they sure are getting annoying. I probably caught close to 30 of these guys, if not more, this trip. There he is, unhooked. And back in the water he goes.